morning, community. What a blessing to be with you on this wonderful morning. We are broadcasting live here from the campus of La Casa de Cristo, and we're so happy that you could be with us. If you're with us in worship at 8 a.m., you heard a wonderful message delivered to us by Pastor Jeff Ruby, our lead pastor, talking about what it means to be transferred in our lives by the Holy Spirit. We heard some beautiful music by the choir. The choir is coming in now. You might see some of them in the background passing through. But this morning, we are joining you for that which takes place in between the before and the after. This is the interlude. And we're going to give you a special sneak peek as to how all this happens. You join us every weekend for worship, and you might be wondering, how does that all come together? What are all the pieces that put it into place? I want to give you a little sneak peek behind the curtain this morning to introduce you to our audio, visual, technical team, because they're the ones that are making all of this happen. Behind the camera, behind the sound, behind everything, they're the ones that make it happen. So let's go in the back room here and see what we can find. We're going to pop in our AV technical team and see what they're up to. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh,
morning. How are you?
Oh, this must be what makes it all run right here, the donuts.
Yep. It isn't an AV crew morning without some donuts. So
you guys are so blessed back here. Introduce yourselves to introduce yourself, to our online audience.
Yep. My name is Ethan Lindquist. I've been at La Casa here ever since I was a kid. I grew up in the preschool program, then grew up all through here. And my family's been going here for, about 20 years now.
I see based on your wonderful shirt here, you are a part of the AV crew. Tell us what you do with the AV crew.
So as part of the AV crew, I'm usually back here, either up in the loft or down here, usually down here. But I help operate the cameras, the switcher, which is what controls the screens, the slides, which you'll see for the hymns and whatnot. And then every now and then I'll help out on the soundboard and some other things that we do around here. So
you've been attending La Casa de Cristo your whole life, but how long have you been working here at the church?
So actually working here at the church, I got hired in August, officially brought onto the team. But before that, I was a volunteer for about 2 years. I started working during VBX. I helped out the Logan and the AV crew, and then slowly got into doing worship services, and now I'm here.
Awesome. Here you are. So you referenced the room back here. Can we go in there and see?
Yeah,
show us what you do back here, Ethan.
All right, let's head on back.
Give us a little taste of what's happening with all this equipment.
All right. So this right here, this is the camera switcher. This controls the screens, what we show up on there. As you can see, we have many different buttons, which each refer to different camera shots. So we got the choir loft section there. We have the organ. We have the PNG, which is the camera right here. That's being manned wirelessly. And we switch between these different shots based on what we need to do. And then we can also control them with this little dashboard right here, this little joystick. Just move it around and it controls the various in-house cameras.
And I'm going to have everybody back here introduce yourself. So here we have sitting in the main chair. Share with everyone your name.
I'm Chase Coletta.
And Chase, tell us about some of the things that you do back here.
I do pretty much everything. I do the switcher. I do slides. Sometimes I'll do the soundboard. Sometimes I'll run the camera way up there, up in the AV, up in the loft. With the nice camera, we use this one sometimes. We can switch some cameras, so now you're not looking at me anymore. You're looking at the house, and now you're back to me. There's just a lot of things you learn back here, and I'm just lucky enough to have learned most of them. So, yeah.
Chase, thank you so much. You're the one that makes it all happen back here. All right, good morning to you. Introduce yourself to everybody watching online.
Hey, my name is Elijah.
And Elijah, how long have you been working back here for?
You know what? I haven't been keeping track. Probably around 4 months, it feels like. It's been good working here. I previously volunteered at a previous church and wanted some greener pastures here. I didn't want to keep volunteering with kids year after year. And so this has been a wonderful change of pace. Been learning how to use cameras. This switcher board, I just love the video production aspect to this. It's been incredible to be behind the scenes, help making this happen. I still have more to learn. They're still being very careful about trusting me on the slides. Make sure I work on that during the service. It's not the prime time hours. So hopefully I'll get there, improve on that, and make that smooth as butter.
Elijah, tell everybody this screen here that you're standing in front of so they can see it. What is on this screen? What does it do for worship?
Yeah, so these are the slides. This is a very important part. Our system is designed to run on a skeleton crew. We have some cameras that we can operate around here, some slides here. This will show various preview intros, outros. It'll have the text underneath the screen, like when someone's speaking, or for the lyrics. It's essentially it's what you see in the big little preview things. If you're ever here and you're just staring at that box the whole time instead of the pastor up there, we got the cameras to keep your eyes on the pastor and these things to help you know what to read and what to say.
Eliza, we're so thankful for all that you do here. For everyone back here, do great work. Now, that's all the visual side of things. Ethan, what happens on this half of the room over here?
This half is the soundboard. So we have Gary. Gary, actually, I'm not sure where Gary is right now, but we have Danny over
He's
here
always walking around somewhere.
working the soundboard. We also have the light board here, which controls all the in-house lights to the sanctuary. So
Tell everybody yourself, your name and what you're doing
Well,
back here.
I am Danny. I've been here for, now it's been like, I think a year and a half now, feels like. It feels like it's been longer, though. Like, I love working here. It's great. So this here is going to be the main soundboard that we use for the worship sanctuary hall here. We have another one that's in the gathering place that is, it's a more updated system. But this one here we use for everything from traditional services to like the big Easter services and Christmas services. There's some fun stuff that you can do. Let's say you want to just hear the choir. You can push that on and off. You can push this off here to hear the organ on the stream, or you can push this off and hear nothing at all if you want to hear nothing at all. I mean that'd be kind of devastating though, because we want to hear everything. So, but they'll just say there are some times though that we make mistakes back here, and you're wondering where the sound's at. It's probably because one of us fell asleep. So, but I'm just saying, I love working here. It's a great job to be surrounded by people and to be just to be and soaked in God's presence. It's a very rewarding experience to be here.
Danny, thank you so much. Holding the camera right now is Connor, and now we're going to do a switch off here. Hello, Mr. Connor. Good morning to you. Why don't you take this microphone right here? Actually, I'll have you introduce yourself to everybody and your position here.
Yes, I'm Connor Tridy. I'm the media coordinator here at La Casa de Cristo. And that can include all kinds of things. I host and organize Stay Connected, and as well as contribute to the back end here of worship, as well as overseeing this awesome team of volunteers and worship crew.
So you were just holding the camera, but now it's been passed off to Chase. I kind of get the sense that you guys do a lot of switching around for the jobs, a lot of crossover. Is that right?
Yes, it only benefits the worship experience when we're all able to do different types of jobs. It's a great learning experience, first and foremost. It's a great opportunity for people to learn new skills across the whole AV myriad of things that go into making worship happen. And it also just helps us support each other too. We all have different strengths, and I think we all have different preferences, but when we're able to support each other, it just brings the whole thing together. There's a real sense of camaraderie.
Fantastic. I know you're the man behind Stay Connected. For everybody that watched Stay Connected this morning, I'm so curious, how did you get that special guest, that news anchor that you had? How did you get him in to do that?
Yeah, so we're really blessed where we can sometimes reach out to local celebrities here to bring all the great La Casa news to our congregation. Brian Font, he and I go way back, and he's a good personal buddy of mine, and so it was no trouble for him to step in and help get people excited for Super Bowl Sunday next week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday next week. That's so great. All right, one more thing I want to do here. Chase, if you'll just flip the camera right around the opposite direction, right here, Mr. Chris. Hello, Chris.
Well,
Introduce yourself and what you do back here with the team.
I'm usually behind the scenes directing all these folks. So Connor's usually the live production. When it comes to Interlude, we kind of swap roles, but we all operate as a team. And I'm usually setting these things up each week, trying to get all the different shows and guests and everything else. So I'm kind of the producer, maybe? I don't know. How does it work out in TV land? Producer. Let's say producer. Let's say producer.
Yeah, producer.
Producer extraordinaire.
Chris, I also know that you're the one behind the chat room during our worship
Yes.
service. Tell us about that and what all goes into that.
So we stream to multiple platforms during our services. We have our normal live chat room, which is at lacastalive.com, where we have a chat box where I post a lot of different things in there to kind of help people in worship. Like when the scriptures are being read, there's a little online thing that you can see the scriptures come down instead of opening your Bible. It's just kind of a neat little feature. We also stream to YouTube and to Facebook, so there's also some chat capabilities in there too. So if you want to come in and say hi, I hate being there by myself and alone. So it's nice to it's nice to chat with people during the time.
Very
So-
good. So all kinds of different ways to watch services. If you're ever curious about other ways to watch services so you can get it right on your large screen television at home and maybe not just watching on your phone or your computer, definitely contact Chris and he can help you out with that.
All right, we have our Roku app. We've got a Apple TV app, so it can just play right on your TV.
Great. Now let's go back out here. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
We have yet another volunteer here. Share with everybody your name for our online audience.
I'm Paul. I came here in I think July of last year.
And Paul, what kinds of things do you do here with the team?
I've mostly gravitated towards the cameras, like in the loft. I think Chase was talking about the cameras, and I think Ethan was also talking about like doing camera work. So during like 9:15 services, I'm usually up in the loft getting some extra shots of the choir or Pastor Jeff or you, and then during the contemporary, I tend to be on the Roman camera getting various like back shots of the band as they're playing. I wanted to I sort of have a background in post production, but since I came here, I've sort of fallen in love with the camera.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Paul. We're so grateful for our amazing team back here. We got Elijah, we got Paul, we got Connor, we got Ethan, we got Danny, we got Chris. We have others that aren't here right now because they all rotate in the work and the different services. So we're so grateful. They're the ones that bring the services to you. And as we learned at the beginning, it's all powered back here by the donuts. Thanks for joining us for the interlude. God bless you. See you next week.